I've never experienced real starvation, not like the 800 million people who experience it every day worldwide. The natural disaster that poses the biggest threat is drought. Drought has the highest level of consequence in developing countries such as Kenya and Ethiopia. The World Food Program states that the leading cause of world hunger is due to both climate and weather. Natural disasters are uncontrollable by man and can pose a real threat to the growth of agriculture. Fertile farming lands are threatened by erosion. Deforestation spreads up the erosion process. World hunger has been a growing problem around the world. However, foundations like Bread for the World and Freedom from Hunger have been dedicating their time and efforts to feeding the hungry and educating us on how we can help. Donating to these foundations funds and resources needed to feed the hungry countries. Food drives and donating foods can help aid in feeding people who don't have enough to eat in your immediate area. Developing countries can begin to make changes in hunger because of the cost it takes to fix farmlands affected by the natural disasters. Drought occurs when there is a prolonged period of little to no rainfall. Agriculture is highly affected by drought because plants depend on water along with sunlight to grow. The North American farmer states that other industries that are reliant on agriculture are also affected by drought and low crop growth. Low supply leads to higher demand, meaning livestock that is shipped to grocery stores and markets are higher priced. Families that can afford to pay the high prices are more likely to suffer or go hungry. There was a 12% spike for people who attended food drives to eat. Action Against Hunger explains that every year a natural disaster occurs that has the power to destroy cities, contaminate our drinking water, and render farmland useless. What's scarier than that fact is how long and how expensive it is to clean and rebuild after the disaster has struck. It has been 5 years since the earthquake in Haiti. The small island still suffers from the after effects of the disaster. The International Organization for Migration reports that a large sum of 80,000 people in Haiti are still living without roofs over their heads. Families to this day are sending their children to school without food and sharing the rations for one person among 4 or 5 family members. Deforestation is when trees are cut and removed permanently to make way for something else. The roots of trees hold soils used for farming together. When a large area of land suffers the loss of trees, erosion starts to happen. Parts of the Madagascar have suffered so much erosion that loose soils are leaked into rivers and are staining in a burnt red color. Studies show that approximately of soil are lost due to erosion every year. When soil fills a bed of water, the water can rise and flood surrounding areas, making living conditions dangerous and the soil completely unusable for farming. Reversing the effects of disasters can be extremely costly for poor countries. We have the means and the power to change the way things are. There are ads on TV and the internet that are used to send the message of world hunger. Donating is very easy and doesn't have to cost much at all. Most websites that are dedicated to world hunger have a donate button located on their home page that makes it so much easier for everyone. Every 5 seconds, a child dies. Freedom from Hunger is an organization that works in countries all around the world. They use our donations to fund education and nutrition along with financing from others. Another foundation, called Feed the Children, believes that a world where no child goes to bed starving can be created. For every dollar you donate, that dollar is multiplied to feed 4 children. Food drives are a great way for you to get involved in ending the hunger around you locally. Feeding America has a website that allows you to enter your location and find a food bank that is close to you. This organization is dedicated to ending the hunger right here in America. People all around you suffer in silence. Approximately 1 in 8 people are hungry in America today. Sustainable agriculture is farming that preserves the environment and animals. Sustainable agriculture allows for the growth of healthy foods without damaging the land, so future generations can continue the growth of produce there. Hayford International dedicates its time to reforestation and the growth of organic produce. They believe that sustainable agriculture will end hunger and poverty in developing countries. Hunger is a scary problem for a large portion of the world's population. The effects of a climate change and natural disasters can heighten a country's hunger rates. I urge the audience to reflect on their own lives and to think of someone that they know who may have dramatized their hunger by saying, "I'm starving." Most of us, myself included, are guilty of using this hyperbole when we haven't eaten in a while. But are we truly starving? Have we ever truly felt and known starvation? Or do we hear a few stomach growls and decide to blurt, "I'm starving," as an excuse to play off those embarrassing sounds? It is important for us to be the change needed. Donating time and means to the end hunger among children and adults around us and far away from us. Knowledge is the best defense against hunger, says Bread for the World. If we take the time to research organizations and offer our help and support, hunger can be beaten.